Yes, guys, welcome back to SFeatleyTV. Sorry we're late on this one, but we're back for the preview from Brighton, Arsenal versus Brighton in the Carabao Cup third round. Right, let's do this.
Balotelli, Aguero! Premier League champions 2016, Leicester City!
Hope to see you soon. Well done. Bye-bye.
Fisher, Gazzola, Giroud again, Joe Wilson! It's Gerrard. That's a great strike! McCracken getting closer. To the centre. It's Bergkamp. That's magnificent! Van Persie arriving. Oh, what a goal! What a goal by Robin Van Persie!
Yes, guys, we're back with another preview, and we're back for the preview for EFL Cup, Carabao Cup, whatever you Carling Cup, Worthington Cup, whatever bloody cup you want to call it. But we are here to do the preview to this game. I've got, first of all, my good friend Sait, co-host. How you doing, my brother?
Yo, I'm good. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me on, and I'm looking forward to the show, man.
Yeah. And also, Josh, how you doing, my friend? Back again for another Brighton preview.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Hopefully, we'll continue to have a fair few of these, as long as Brighton, because that means that Brighton are still in the Premier League. So nice to chat to you.
No worries. You know what? I don't look. We're not gonna make this too much. I'm just gonna quickly call this guy out because every time someone's gonna be a dick, I am gonna let's have fun with it. Like, so we're just gonna move this bit on, and then I'll go say my piece and call him out and let everyone do what they want to do about him. It's not him. This little guy here, like my good friend Mel putting up a lovely status about obviously what's going through and what the fact that I'm coming to the end of what could be my life, and he wants to like be a dick. So do what you want. Like, you can. I've told him already. You can fuck off, basically. But look, if he wants to come on camera and say it, come on camera. Alright, I'll give you the link. Come on, say it, bro. Right? You
It's a
won't get a warm
disgrace,
reception. But there you go. So
like you. There's certain things you don't do in life. You don't make fun of someone who's dying. Like, you don't do that. Like, you don't disrespect people that are dead. Like, there's just certain things as a human you don't do it, and if you do, it tells me more about you, who you are, and how
do you know what the
miserable
thing
you are.
is that it's a shameful thing about Twitter as well. But Twitter don't really mind this, and they'll let it go because it's like when they say anything, like anyone says anything racial, they make money from that.
Yeah, it gives them more traction, more
You
interaction.
know what I mean. So like, that's why they don't do anything about like race or anything like that, or a racial tweets, because in the end they make some money. So there we are. But anyway, I had to call that guy out. So, but if he wants to come on and say his piece, come and say it. I probably won't get a nice reception, but there you go. But we move. Yes. So Brighton, obviously now under De Zerbi, I believe it's the name's right. I didn't want to get it wrong. But obviously Potter left. Obviously looking at it from the outside as Arsenal fans, when Brighton played Chelsea at the Emirates, I felt quite shocked, to be fair, of the reception Graham Potter got from the Brighton fans. I think I even said I think it's a bit harsh, isn't it? It's Josh obviously probably filled us in backstage about the major context of it, so I'll let him to explain the context of why the Brighton fans were so against Potter on his return.
Yeah, it's I can see from the outside looking in for someone who's not really been following everything or even just is a Brighton fan in general. It can be a little bit confusing seeing the amount of vitriol going on there. But what happened was obviously Potter came into Swansea from Swansea. He brought a team with him, a couple of coaches.
He came
And
from Swansea. I thought he came from Monstersons.
he went to Swansea for a year in between. Yep.
Ah, okay.
Yep, he
Cool.
brought with him Kyle McCauley, who's his recruitment guy. He brought with him Billy Reid and I think it's I can't remember the other lad's name, who's also a coach. Came in and kind of obviously did what he did, right? You all know how Brighton performed under Potter. Good football, progressive, lots of young players coming in, developing young players, getting the best out of them, and generally kind of doing things the quote unquote right way, right? As opposed to having a nation state buy you out and spend a load of money. And what we've done is he obviously gets his offer from Chelsea just a couple of weeks into the season. We've obviously had a flying start to the season as well. And he takes the offer. Absolutely fine, right? Like, it's a business. I get it. It's best for him. What really hurt a lot of Brighton fans, I think, was the fact that he didn't just take his staff with him. He then also decided to essentially gut our club of just about every other piece of furniture and staff he could on the way out. He took with him our goalkeeping coach, who had been there for the best part of 15 odd years. He took with him Bruno, who was our club captain for a long time, and obviously he cult legend status. He basically stripped the club of just about every staff member he could on his way out. And the weekend before the Chelsea game, it was very 50-50. There was people posting polls and stuff like, are you going to boo Potter? Are you going to be annoyed? And all that stuff. And the general response was kind of 50-50. And then the week of the game, it then comes out that under Potter's advice, Todd Bowley is now coming in for our recruitment director, Paul Winstanley. And that changed the mood dramatically at that point.
It feels like you've been stripped of everything, yeah.
And then right before the game, it felt like we were just getting hammered even worse with it. So yeah, it was not great, and I'm not surprised that that's what happened. I'm not surprised that was the response he got. And frankly, I was really happy about it because that atmosphere and that response, you could see the difference it made to the players, and the performance reflected the mood, right? Almost the cauldron in the Amex, and we battered them. So if that's what it takes, then that's fine by me.
Absolutely, I can't agree about more. I mean, he comes in, sorry, kind of sure what I mean, but he's done so well for you guys, got you so far. I think last season was your first top 10 finish, I believe it was, in the Premier League. And then, okay, he goes to Chelsea. Obviously, it's a great offer. Probably a reward for all the for how rated he is as a manager. Because I don't think anyone can deny he's a really good coach. And I think what helps with him is that he has a degree in mental, in the mental side of the game. So, how to manage players. So, and that's why I also rate him very highly. But telling Chelsea you need to take this and this and this, which don't even belong to you, belong to Brighton, and was with Brighton before you even got there. Like, not to mention, and don't forget me wrong, like, there's loads of managers that have gone into other jobs. I remember Mourinho came in from Porto, he took Carvalho, he took so many players. They would go to players that they've relied on so many times, like Trossard, Grobe, Dunk. He would probably want those sort of players because he's played with them before, he's worked with them, and he trusts them in them. Whether they be good to Chelsea is another matter, but to take your staff as well, like, and your recruitment guy is like, okay, let's fuck Brighton over completely and make them bend over, like, because De Zerbi needs him, right, and needs him to push Brighton further up the table. So it was like giving your successor no tools to fight with. For me, if I was a manager, it wouldn't be I mean, I don't know, I'm not a manager, but like, I probably wouldn't have gone down that route and probably trying to find someone different. Like, I get why he would want to do that, because he would want people that he can trust. But again, like, if you're trying to appease to a Brighton fans, and that's not a way of doing it, to be fair. It's kind of like, I think Aubameyang got a lot of stick this weekend. But I think the only reason I was bantering last night about it is because Chelsea fans were bigging it up when they signed him, that they were going to embarrass us with him. And it's nothing. It wasn't personal towards Aubameyang. It was just, it was more because Chelsea fans made it this big thing because they've signed him. So, yeah. So I, for me, with the Aubameyang situation, it didn't feel like we didn't like give him such a horrible reception. But yeah. I mean, say, are you in agreement with what Josh has had to say here? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I'm a very honest guy. When I first heard the thing, I was a bit disappointed. But then obviously when Josh told me about the whole situation, it's awful, especially the fact that he left when the season had already started. So he didn't even give Brighton time to be able to find replacement and have a plan.
You could also blame Chelsea on that front, to be fair, because they
No,
called it
because
very late, didn't they?
I think Potter could have left with his coaching staff. That can happen. Like, coaches leave with their coaching staff. I think that's quite normal. But he could have told them, I'm not taking anyone else that I didn't bring to the club until next season. You understand? That will give Brighton enough time to have a plan in place. Because we have to understand, Brighton don't have the resources Chelsea has. Brighton don't have the infrastructure Chelsea have. Brighton don't have the pull like a Chelsea club have. So for them to find good people that works in football, it's much harder than for Chelsea. And I think that's where the disappointment is, where, you know, a club that, let's be honest, they took a punt on him. They sacked the manager who was doing quite well. Yes, he wasn't playing beautiful football, but the manager that was there kept them in the Premier League. They took a punt on Potter. He'd never managed in the Premier League before. And they gave him time, even when he was near to get relegated, even when he won a full year without winning at home. They gave him time. They believed in him. They trusted him. And I feel like they were loyal to him, but he wasn't loyal back. That's the way I look at it anyway, not having any kind of emotional attachment to neither of them.
Yeah, I hear
Is
that
that fair, Joe?
completely.
Yeah, I think that's fair. We've been incredibly lucky with the owner we have. You know, Tony Bloom is such a good person, and the fact that he is a Brighton fan through and through helps greatly. And he seems to have struck gold with the De Zerbi appointment. It's about
I heard him on Talksport. He was very good. When I heard him on Simon Jordan and Jim White's show. He was very good, and he looked really in tune of what Brighton were doing and what they need, and like it shows. You can tell by the way he was speaking how much he cares for Brighton and for the club. Right, and as Arsenal fans, you'd love that. From our owners, people could say, yeah, we've spent so much money, but that money's not come from Kroenke. That money has come. We have got the most reserves in the Premier. We have more money in our reserves than any other team in Europe, right? Maybe not Newcastle now, maybe even not Man City, but like we can still have the money to compete with them every season if we really wanted to. But like it's whether Kroenke allows us to spend that or not, because in the end we're just a personal asset we're a debt-free asset now. Because when people said he clear off the debt, everyone was like, oh, that's such a great thing. No, you don't realise he's cleared off the debt so he can then go to his bank and say, look, I've got this as a debt-free asset. If I don't get this and I don't repay my loan, I can sell to Arsenal off to the next bidder, and get and cover up my loan that way, knowing that it's already now worth about 3 to 4 billion, if you get what I mean. Before I go any further, big up Relentless with the donation, $1.99 donation. Big up yourself, bro. Right. I see. Yeah, means always the best, mate. And we gotta sort something out soon, bro. Because I know Mel was speaking to you and Bargo was speaking to you as well.
Yeah, I need to subscribe to your channel as well.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Like I said, Relentless, it is what it is, bro. And we'll just keep going, man. We'll just keep going, bro. You know. Don't mind hate. We're sat top of the league. Big up. And I'm busy right now. So ask me to come on if you wanted to. Don't worry. I'm always listening, mate. Love the platform you made on here. I appreciate it, bro. I love. Like I said, like we're not the biggest channel. I mean, it may not be moving much in terms of views or in terms of subscribers or growing as much, but like the main thing is that we're making money for the charity with every stream. So as long as that's being achieved, no matter how little it is, then that's the main goal, rather than just worrying about how many likes or how many views each video gets. But Josh, what have you made of Arsenal this season for you?
Well, I remember when I was speaking to you in the past, you've been very much Arteta out, very, very heavily the last couple of times we spoke.
Yeah.
I've said to you, I think I've said to you on every single one that you've got to give him time, because that's what we do, and obviously we're a much smaller club in terms of infrastructure and money than Arsenal. Of course we are. Like we probably have the privilege, I guess, of giving a manager more time than you guys do. But you are at a stage in your growth where you really had nothing to lose at this point but to give him time. His pedigree was good. His knowledge of the game is good. And you were in a position financially, as you say, like to invest wisely. And they did. They have invested wisely. They've made the right signings, and he's got the identity that they obviously have been wanting to have for a while. And now you talk about Arsenal, and you know what Arsenal are about. You know how they play, and you know what sort of players they look to sign, and you know what they're doing as a club. Manchester United could do with looking into that model. They're now where you were a few years ago, where they're just podging along, like with no idea of who they really are, what they do, how they operate, throwing money at the wall to see what sticks. Like it's haphazard and a mess.
I know what Man United are like. for Man United, sorry, I'll just say with Man United, the reason they bought Ronaldo, the reason they bought Sancho, right, and these big players, it's not because Ten Hag wants them or Oli wanted them. It's because the Glaziers want them. It makes money. Look how many shirt sales went up when Ronaldo signed.
Yep.
The queue was so goddamn long outside of their shop at the stadium. It's unreal. They literally sold out Ronaldo letters and that within the first 24 hours of him arriving, right? So, as much as whereas Arsenal now, you can see they're making signings that every signing that Arteta's wanted, he has got. There may be a few others he might have wanted along in other transfer windows, but the majority of them he's got. Compared to what Emery got, he's got 10 times as much as what Emery did. But with Man United, it's like the opposite. Like it's same with also Conte as well. Like Daniel Levy spends on what he wants. He doesn't spend on what Antonio Conte didn't want. Jed Spence he didn't want, and that's why they're struggling. And Arsenal are now flying high because
they showed some patience, Stephen. Something you weren't showing too much of back then.
Yeah, I know. Alright, okay. I don't. Hey, say. Don't you say save this, right? Say. What are you saying? Nah. No, you weren't. No. Where is it? Where is it?
Shut up, bitch!
All that to say, I've been very impressed with you guys. I think you look good. You play good football. You're defensively solid, and you're probably the only team at this point that are capable of fighting Man City now, right? Like you're 13 games in, and you're still there, very much so. So at that point, for me, like you guys are the guys that can keep the title race interesting. So more power to you. I'm impressed with everything that's going on. I thought that this is where you would go, not quite this quick, but I'm not surprised by the trajectory. But yeah, I'm impressed. They look good.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't. Mate, like, do you know what's really is like? You've seen TalkSport do it. You've seen Sky even do it. You've seen so many channels, right? So many media outlets. They've been so gritting their teeth. Like, even Man City and Guardiola, they've been so. Man City in that Fulham game looked rattled because everyone expected them, because Liverpool weren't competing, to just go, and Arsenal were like, oh yeah, after 10 games they'll falter. Like, but as long as we keep doing what we're doing, these media outlets can't trash Arsenal, right? No matter what they're doing, they can't trash Arsenal with what they're saying or anything, and it's rattling them so much, right? And for me, like, what I've done now is that instead of just moan about the manager, I said, look, the manager's staying either way. I will always back the team as soon as the game starts, right, every 90 minutes. And if the manager does well, I'll praise him. If he gets something wrong, I'll criticise him. Right? And I've always been the same. And if we end up in a season where we either finish within 10 points of City, which is a proper title race in my opinion, right, then he's proved me wrong, because how can I support a man who got us 2 doubles, a Champions League final, and then an invincible season? How can I want him out for not reaching, challenging for the league until that point, right? But then back a man who's never even got top 4 yet. So that's always been my stance. So until he achieves those levels, I still have those doubts. But at the moment, every single game that goes by, and we keep doing what we're doing, right, he will slowly convince us. In the end of the season, if we're within 10 points of Man City, or we're 15 points, but we've won the Europa League or a trophy with it, I can then say, okay, mate, you've proved me wrong, right? And I'll quite happily put my hands up for it, right? Because when I saw it, when I first said Arteta out, it was in a very, very, very tough period, and we were 16th in the table, which I think if it weren't for the FA Cup win, he would have been gone. Like, so yeah, so that's always been my stance on it. So how do you feel on it now?
For me now, yeah, when I look back at when Arteta joined, and High Science is a beautiful team, but I've broken it down like this. He joined us when we were in a big crisis, probably our biggest crisis in modern history, in terms of the fan base have stopped believing in the club and were split. The players we had were on huge, huge contract on Champions League money while we were not in the Champions League and they were not playing for the club. And then we had players that were awful, like Socrates, Mustafi, Lichtsteiner, Kolasniak, Iwobi. Like we had so many players that really were not good enough. And then the mentality in that dressing room was totally broken. So when you look at all of that and you bring in a manager that's never managed before, I think as a fan, and I'm part of that fan base, we didn't realize how big the job was and how much it takes to get all of that bad egg away from the club, to put in a proper transfer strategy that we didn't have, to put in contract strategy that we didn't have, to analyze and find players that would play for the club, and to turn back the fan base to have belief into the club. And Arteta has managed to do that. As a new manager that's never managed before, I have to hold my hands up and say he's done an incredible job. Yes, it's been a long journey. Yes, there's been disappointment. Yes, there's been some very deep lows. We can't rewrite history. We've gone through some very deep lows. But now I understand that was
Even with
always
him
going to
John,
have to happen. Like, he was never going to come in as a manager that's managed before and a quick fix because we were in such a bad place. Like, unfortunately, Wenger did not leave us in a good place.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I hear you about Wenger. He left us in a terrible state. Obviously, he hang on to it too long. But the thing is, if you look back to when we got knocked out in the Europa League and we weren't going to we were going to make Europe at all. Like, I can remember my reaction the next day, and I said because I didn't do the watch, and I did about 10 minutes of it, because obviously it was not well, and I said, honestly, I thought there was nothing left. There's nothing he can't prove to me he's ever gonna do it. This is just not gonna work. And going from that to where we are now is in the space of 2 seasons.
It's
Quite
inspiring.
incredible.
It is. And I also think we need to understand, and Guardiola said this once. He said, I can't manage a team that doesn't have the best players because the quality of football that I want to play, you need to have a certain technical ability. And I think Arteta is very similar to that, where players like that are very limited that we had before,
Hang on,
they can't play. Yeah. Oh, big up this man.
Mel, first of all, love what you've put up. Right, second, that guy's a dick. Thirdly, right, Miss Mel, what are you doing here? You're not well, you've got a cold, go to bed. Hey, get some rest.
We love you. Go to bed, rest.
Yes, rest up. You're all telling me to rest up, so go make sure you're okay. I'll just go for the rest of these comments as well.
Yeah.
I'm Arteta in now for now, but I'm being honest. I'm not sure if he's the guy to win. Hey, relentless. I just want him challenging us for the Premier League first,
I
one
think
stage at
what
a time.
Arteta has shown us is that he keep on improving and he keeps on being a better manager. So
Mm.
we
It
don't
takes a
know.
few
Like,
games sometimes, and it takes a
yeah,
period of times, but he is
yeah.
starting to. Even in Luke as well. Yeah.
But that's also life. I mean, when you start a new job in a role that you've never done before, you're gonna have to learn on it. As a fan, we don't like that. We don't want a manager that's gonna learn.
This
We want a manager that's ready.
and this
But
is exactly what I am. Right, but
fair
for now,
play to the
I was getting
Kroenkes.
results. Mm.
They stuck by him. They believed in him, even when it looked like he was totally like kind of clueless or it was too early for him. They believed in him, and
Um,
we can see why now.
can I just? I want to. Yeah, we can see why. And like, I'm like relentless, so I can't complain because he's getting results. Josh, moving on to the game? How do you feel? Do you feel Arsenal will go light, or do you think they'll just go for any game that comes their way at the minute? And how do you Brighton stop us winning?
That's a question for you more than me. You guys are in that title race. Do you think that you want to keep that momentum up and play against us with a decent squad? Bearing in mind, we yes, it's a midweek game, but we really only have 2 games left. This one included until a big long break. So to me, like you're in a title race right now. You have not been in a title race for a long time. If it's me, I'm going all in on the league, and I'm happily giving players that can do with a run out.
Okay.
For Brighton, it's the same thing, right? Like we are going well. We've kind of bounced back. Obviously,
I
De
think
Zerbi had a horrible start.
you're sixth in the table, so you're still fighting for Europa Conference League or Europa League place
Yep,
right now.
yep. And
Obviously,
De
there's still a
Zerbi
long way to
obviously had a
go.
horrible start too, having to play Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Spurs, all back to back to back. So I mean, that's a horrible slate of fixtures to have as your first bunch of games, especially when the team and the entire club infrastructure has been upheaved from top to bottom. So
That's why your draw against Liverpool was so impressive.
yeah, right away, wasn't it? Right away. That was his first game. So for me, if I'm Brighton, there's a lot of players that are on the bench that I really want to see get a chance. I personally think Arsenal will go light. I think you'll go with some of your backup players, some of your youngsters. I think you'll probably roll out, that half strength team, and I hope we do the same because there's a fair few players on that bench that I would like to see get a run out
Mm-hmm.
that haven't previously. Just because when you absolutely hammer Chelsea 4-1, you don't tend to change that side
Hey,
at Molyneux, right?
and
Like
I
that's
want you to
something you
ask
want to do
this:
the same.
is De Zerbi even better than Potter, perhaps?
So if if he comes as advertised, yes, I think he is going to be. You're already starting to see that in the
You
in
saw
the
it in his
style
first
of
game
play he's
against
been
Liverpool,
implementing.
didn't you?
Sorry.
If in his first game he fitted you like a glove
Yeah.
playing against. But then, to be fair, Liverpool play with that arrogance of playing a high line when they can't do it. So, and he tried to do it to us at the Emirates, and he got battered. So, yes, they scored 2 goals, but that's just through our own mistakes. But in the end, we battered them, and that's the thing. We battered Liverpool, we battered Chelsea, Tottenham. I don't even count because we beat them at home anyway. They're not even relevant. Well, they ain't won a trophy, so how can I count them as a big club? Man United is probably the one we slipped up on. Right? I mean, the only trophy Tottenham wins is about finishing above us, and they count that like winning the Champions League. I couldn't give a fuck. Honestly,
Yeah.
people say, "Oh yeah, but you want St Tottenham's Day back." No, I want St Tottenham's Day. I want Old Trafford Day. I want Anfield Day. I want to finish above everyone. because that means winning the league. Something the Spurs fans aren't used to.
But I like the service, Stephen. I saw him at
Mm,
Sassuolo, and he did a fantastic job there because I didn't know about that club first. I'm not gonna lie, but then obviously they were starting to doing well in the
Sassuolo's in
Serie
the
A.
Italian league, isn't it?
Yeah, Italian league. They were starting to get some really good players. Even one of them were linked to Arsenal, Locatelli, and
Yeah,
he,
Locatelli.
he he's a good manager. You can tell, and I think maybe uh, Brighton's done an upgrade. Like, don't get me wrong, Potter is a good manager, but one thing with Potter, yeah, you never get efficiency. Like, you get the beautiful ball, you will get but when you look at the XG, the created chances, it doesn't match with the goal output. And that looks to
Mm,
be somewhere where the sub is already improving on.
exactly. Um, I think it will be. I think we'll rest a lot of players anyway. Uh, but what I wanted to do a combined 11 anyway, because I think some of your players will get in it. I honestly do.
Just
The
one
way I
second
play
on
with
that
them.
comment. I don't think we will rest many players. And the reason why I say that is every time when we play in the Europa League, we think that he's going to put out a full B11, but he mixed it. I think we'll see
It'd be a mixture.
one of one of one of Saka, Jesus, and Martinelli will start with Nelson and Eddie. Don't
What
be
Xhaka will
surprised
play.
if Xhaka plays. Don't be surprised if I think Tierney,
Kenny will
Gabriel
play.
Holding, and Cedric will probably be
Yeah.
the back line, and Turner maybe in goal. So I think it will be
That would be
semi-strong.
interesting to see, to be fair though, because Holding, this is, you can count it, it's always still a Premier League level tie if Brighton do decide to put a strong team out. Like, and if you do that, and you've got Rob Holding as well, he needs to start proving that he can be a competent backup, because he's not going to be a first choice. Like, for me, I would just want to get rid of him, because like, and bring someone else in, because he's like Nketiah. He's had so many chances and he's just not good enough. It's simple as that. And if we want to win the league, we need to get better than what we've got in our reserves. So, but yeah, I want to do combined 11 anyway, because I think some of your players will get in it. So, by the way, FIFA 23 ratings are a pile of shit. Like, they're all a pile of shit. Like, it's so against Arsenal, it's unreal.
That's
Like,
why I
how is
don't.
Martinelli 79? How is Saliba worse than Odegaard? I mean, come on. Like, so in goal, you've got
You're gonna have Moss on here. Be
who
careful
do
what
you
you
have in
say.
goal usually, Josh?
Sanchez.
Sanchez.
Yeah,
Sanchez is usually in goal. Yep.
I usually
Sanchez.
have him in FPL, so I know about
Yeah,
Brighton.
but I don't know. I don't rely on your FPL, mate. Just
Whatever,
after
man.
last weekend.
I'm above you in your league, so you need to
Okay.
relax.
Yeah, but I don't do content saying I
Yeah,
know everything.
one good decision doesn't make up for a full
Look,
season.
uh,
Remember that.
Sait, do I make content saying you need to do this, do that, do that? No. So it's like, humble yourself. But yeah, I mean, Sanchez, I think he's had a decent season for me. He's had a
Yep.
good season already. What do you
It
make of
reminds
Ramsdale?
me a lot about Ramsdale, where he's good on the feet, he's good
Mm.
distribution, he comes out, he's a sweeper keeper, but
What do you think,
sometimes
Josh?
Yeah, he's only so young as well, and he's always prone to some kind of erratic behaviour.
Should we go for
But
Ramsdale?
so is so is Allison and Edison, right? Two of the best
Yeah.
goalkeepers in the world. That style of play that you ask them to play comes with the fact that you are asking a goalkeeper to play like an outfield player a lot of the time.
Who do you think? Because obviously Edison and Allison are in the same World Cup team. We have got massive World Cup coverage coming soon to SFeatleyTV, so we're going to make sure we go out with a bang on that one. But let me put it this way, like, and I'll ask you this: how do you think Brazil will manage that? Because for me, like, that's going to be difficult to manage anyway. Like, they both want to be number one because they both deserve to be number one keeper. So it'd be interesting how Brazil goes with it. They might alternate, I don't know. But there you go. We'll give one chance to one and one chance, and then if it don't work, one chance with another. I think probably they'll
Alisson
go
is
with
the
Edison.
number one.
I'll go with
The manager
Edison, to be
prefers
honest,
him.
because Edison's had a better season for me.
Yeah, yeah. But I think from the games that I watch with Brazil, Alisson is the number one.
So we go for, well, who are you gonna go for? Are you gonna go for Ramsdale in this combined XI?
You're saying as like a combined 11?
Yeah. Based on form.
I don't know.
I think like this, Steven. Let's go with Sanchez, because if we don't go with Sanchez, I don't think he's better than Ramsdale, but he's a good enough keeper, and otherwise it would just be almost a full 11 with Arsenal players, which will make it boring. If that makes sense. Because he's a Spanish international now. He might even go to the World Cup. I think he's above De Gea, if I'm right.
Yeah, he is. There's a very, very strong probability that he'll be going to the World Cup for sure. And I mean, the stats like show it. Like the clean sheets he keeps. I mean, you have him in your FPL. You know, like defensively, we're a very, very, very good team.
Yeah.
And he's obviously a huge part of that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Sorry, just got.
But one thing I will say, Steven, this formation doesn't really favor Brighton because they play a lot with wing backs. But we'll see. We'll try and see.
I mean, yeah, we'll try it. I mean,
well,
yeah,
we did play a lot.
Oh yeah, right.
We play 4-2-3-1, or
we are also now playing 4-2-3-1 under Deserve.
Yeah.
That's
why I went with it, to be fair.
So that's his style now. So yeah, I would say 4-2-3-1 is a pretty fair one to have out there for sure.
Good shout, Luke, on Rayo Vallecano.
No, don't worry. Senegal will smash Ecuador.
Yeah, Moss, I'll put the link in the chat. Any Arsenal fans or Brighton fans that want to come on, just hit that link and we'll get you on. I'm going to print it in the chat as well. I'm also going to put a poll in the chat as well, so get yourselves involved, guys. Get yourself involved by simply asking this poll. Just give me a second, guys, while I do it. Who will win this game? Arsenal versus Brighton. Carabao Cup. If Brighton go. Third round. Sorry, guys.
By the way, Josh, I want to ask you something while Steven is writing.
Yeah.
What do you make of Ben White? Because me and Steven have had debate so many times. I rate him. He didn't rate him. I think he's starting to come around. But what do you make of him?
I don't think he was worth 50 million when you signed him. But I think I said to Stephen at the time, he may well be worth more than that in the future. And I think you are seeing that as he's growing with you all. And obviously he's picked a good team to grow with, right? With the form you're in now. And his utility is obviously superb, right? Right back, centre back, he can do both. He can play central defensive midfield. I like him, but I haven't watched a lot of Arsenal this year, so I don't know how he's performing. Obviously, I know that you've got some good players at the back there now as well. I don't know how he's coping with that. I think he's playing right back for it, right? And he's capable of doing so.
And he's been fantastic, to be fair. He's been one of our best players this season. He's very consistent, and what he's developed is his one-on-one. Like, you don't get past him. Like, he's been so solid, and he's so comfortable on the ball. And I like his mentality. He has this mentality where he doesn't care about the media criticize him or people don't rate him. He's just does best, and fair play to him.
So I've put Arsenal Brighton, or Arsenal via penalties, or Brighton via penalties. 7 likes on the video. Please hit the like button again. Anyone who hasn't, please share the video. Really would help us. Do hit the like button, hit the subscribe. Let's get that up. As many likes as possible. Obviously, every like is much appreciated, and every donation you can make, like Luke has done here as a member. Right, he donates every month to the charity. Big up yourself, Luke. If anyone can afford a spare $1.90, as little as $1.99, it's not even the cost of a McDonald's. Like, a McDonald's meal. Like, even if you can only afford $4.99 a month, which is level 2, which gives you most of the perks anyway, compared to level 3. Level 3 gives you absolutely everything, but $4.99 for level 2, if you can afford that, please do donate, and please do sign up. It will save kids' lives. It will stop anyone going through what I've been through and what I have been told. So if you can donate, please do. Please, I really do insist, because it means the world to us. And you'll also, if you go level 2 and higher, you will get a chance to be part of extra content that we will do. We will do extra content. I know there's videos I need to be early access to, which I know we'll do at some point when I feel better. But yeah, as much as those extra content videos and early access, we also do, we will be doing Q&A sessions for members only once we get enough members that are level 2 and higher. So we need to get over 10 level 2 or higher members. So if you can, please donate via the level 2, which is $49.99, or level 3 is $8.99. So yeah, if you can do that, please do. If you want to donate direct to the charity, the links, Just Giving page is down below. Donate there, it gives you money, it goes all in money, goes straight to the charity, instead of 40% getting taken by YouTube. And then super chats as well, as Relentless has done earlier today. So big up yourselves, big up Anirin. Sorry I couldn't get your predictions in from the last stream, Anirin, but we calculated them all, and you probably would have won in. I managed to win by 15 points. Got 2 correct scores. Bang on. Which is a rarity for me, usually. Right back, we usually play Ben White or Tomiyasu or Cedric. Who's your right back, Josh?
As of right now, we've played Pascal Gross at right back for the last 2 games,
Okay.
which is not normal. It can vary, really. Lamptey, Beltman, Gross apparently now, full marks. I would still put Ben White playing at right back above all.
So you put Ben White there?
I would definitely say so, personally.
Okay. It's interesting that, because I would have gone with someone that of your caliber, but there you go. 79 rated for White. I would have probably put him 80, 81.
Yeah. He definitely is more than 79.
Centre backs. I was gonna go Saliba and Dunk, but I'll leave the Josh with. We're gonna do one Brighton player. So which one are you gonna go for?
Yeah, it has to be Dunk if we're going to put any Brighton centre back in there. Like the fact that he is, for my money, like one of, if not the best.
Is he on the right side or the
left? He can do either.
Yeah, he can do.
So put Saliba on the right side.
The fact that he's probably not going to the World Cup, like, makes me sick. Truly, like I don't know how he's not. I don't know how anybody would rather Mings or Cody or any of those players coming instead.
I've got to raise this point.
Do you know what the problem is, Josh? Yeah.
Can I just make this? What I will say, we will do a stream on Southgate before the World Cup starts. The Hot of the Press show, we will do it as well as other news, and we will then do a preview to it. But what pisses me off, right, with Southgate, he gave it all this crap, right, that he was going to pick players up on form. Then why the fuck are you picking Harry Maguire all the time? Right? Why haven't you picked Ben White? He's been better.
Yep.
Why haven't you picked Dunk? He's been better. Why is Cody getting more?
Even Tarkowski's been way better.
This is what I'm saying. It's just like, that's not fair.
Well, because Lewis Dunk and Tarkowski, they don't play for a fancy club that they talk about in the media. Because this Sky Sport, these pundits, you never hear them talk about Lewis Dunk. You never see them do breakdown. Even though every season, defensively, stats-wise, Brighton is one of the best teams in the Premier League.
But this is the thing that pisses me off as well. Southgate said he wasn't going to listen to them. They don't listen to them and just get on with their job.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then
but
why are you picking?
He's a fraud.
Why are you not? Yeah, I know, mate.
Because for me, do you know what I respect if you're honest? If you tell me, I'm gonna pick players based on their name and the team that they play for. I don't agree with it, but you're being honest and transparent with the fans. But if you tell the fans and the players that you're gonna pick them based on form, then you better pick them on form, because players like Maddison, Ben White, Lewis Dunk, Tarkowski, Tomori, these players deserve to be in the England squad.
I can't stand Southgate. I think with a different manager,
we should have won the Euros if it weren't for him. We would have won the Euros.
I think with a different manager, we make the World Cup final and we win the Euros. I probably don't think we win the World Cup. Like, France were an absolute machine, but like I think we
look at their team.
I think we make it to the. I think we beat Croatia in that World Cup, and I think we win the Euros without Southgate. He is not good. And like you said, why even waste everybody's time pretending you're picking on form? Just say that you pick it. Like, just say you have a core group of players that you trust and you want to pick, and pick them. Like, we'll always disagree with you, but at least we know. Like, don't pretend.
So we got them. We got Saliba and Dunk. Who's going to be the left back? We got Zinchenko, Tierney, or who's the left back choice?
It's Estupiñán is their left back.
Okay.
The problem is it's between him and. But to be fair, it's between him and Zinchenko, because Zinchenko seems to be the first choice, even though.
Josh, what do you go for?
Oh, I think he's gone.
Oh,
is it backstage? There he is. Oh,
yeah.
Josh,
sorry, I got a phone call and it cut me off. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah, no, I mean, our left back at the minute is Estupiñán. We have he's only just came in. It's far too early to know just how good he is. So, yeah, whoever Arsenal's left back is, it's that one.
Is either Zinchenko,
Zinchenko,
or it's Tierney. The DM roles, I'm gonna do 2 DMs. One DM goes to Brighton. I think Grove's got to be in the midfield, isn't he?
If you're doing the 2 DMs, we've got, honestly,
McAllister.
Yeah, 2 of the best tandem midfield.
How does Grove get in this side, by the way?
Sorry?
How does Grub get in this side? Because he's been quality.
He plays on the right.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be getting in over Saka, to be honest.
We
But-
could do it as 3 CMs.
You can put Trossard in on the left over Martinelli. I think that's
But I would, if you're having one or the other, Caicedo is better. Caicedo is
How about this then?
Yeah.
We play
a very
4-3-3.
good player.
If we play 4-3-3, we can have one DM. You could put Grub on the right outside of the midfield.
But I would rather play 4-2-3-1 and play Partey, Caicedo with
Oh
a
yeah,
number
okay.
10.
Okay. So we play Thomas Partey is a given. Is he right or left? I can't remember which one it is.
He plays more on the right. Caicedo can play more on the left.
Yeah,
him and
Caicedo
McAllister.
does. Caicedo is traditionally more on the left with McAllister on the right.
Yeah. I wanted Caicedo for a very long time because
So Caicedo.
he's a baller. He's so good, man.
I have a very
How do you spell Caicedo?
Caicedo.
I think he will end up at Chelsea or Liverpool.
Do
I think
you?
he should get higher
I have
rating than that.
strong.
He should be-
I have
he
strong
should be-
suspicion that someone like Real Madrid might come in for him in January if he does
To be
well for
honest,
Ecuador.
Caicedo, he should be a high rating.
I think Real wants Bellingham. You know, they want that kind of star signing. But yeah, Caicedo
Okay.
is class.
In the cam roll, I know Sait is gonna say fucking Odegaard. Fuck.
Me and Moss is gonna vote for Odegaard.
Right, what do you say, Josh? Who would you be put? Who is the Brighton player you would go for the middle? The striker. Oh, Moss is here. Moss, bro. Sorry.
You came at the best point, Moss. Vote for
Yeah.
Odegaard
But,
in the camp.
sorry, I just before you say, Josh, it's Moss's first time on SFeatleyTV. So big up
Yeah, I guess
yourself,
that
my
was
bro.
King's show and my show, wasn't it?
Yeah,
before?
man, I really enjoyed your show the other day. I know I probably lost my shit a little bit at the end. which
Oh,
I
no
do
worries,
apologise
man.
for, but yeah, man, it's like a pleasure
I
to
put
have
my
you.
lineup in there, but I accidentally wrote Semedo as I was thinking. What's the
Yeah,
guy's
okay.
name? Pascal Gross or whatever.
Caicedo.
And Casado, I would like. Yeah, very much.
Okay, definitely. But like,
What
Josh,
did I have
last-
as my mid? I'll just look at the comments. I had Casado, McAllister, and Odegaard, I think.
It was
Yeah.
It was Sanchez, Semedo, Saliba, Gabriel.
Semedo, I meant Gross.
Zinchenko, Caicedo, McAllister.
Trossard and
Saka.
Saka on the
Okay.
wings and Jesus up top.
Okay, that's not a bad
That
shout,
was mine,
actually.
but it doesn't have to be that, of course.
Josh,
Must
who
don't
would you
rate
go-
Partey.
Can I hear
Yeah.
Josh's
I'm done with
Josh.
Ghanaians.
I think most X is Ghanaian.
Can I just make a
Yeah, I had an ex
Josh?
that was gonna
Sorry,
in.
sorry, Josh. Who would you go for if you were picking the Brighton team in the middle behind the striker?
It's hard because they have really good guys. Casado and McAllister, I rate
I
highly.
just want to get
Yeah.
Josh's
Sorry,
thoughts
Josh.
on it.
Yeah, no, it's tough because those two are the main double pivot in that midfield. But we are currently just kind of finding our way forward with that number 10 role. Adam Lallana has done it for the last 2 games, and Adam Lallana looked like
Yeah, you looked great last game.
he looked insane this weekend. He looked like Adam Lallana like 7 years ago. He was unbelievable for an hour.
Exactly.
Obviously, he's not going to get in there over Odegaard, that's for sure.
No,
Trossard.
Odegaard's got to be in there.
I mean, Trossard played striker and central attacking midfielder over all season, really. He's played left, he's played central attacking midfielder, he's played striker. He's played all over that front
There's another Odegaard.
side. So,
Can I just make a point? I'm sorry, but Odegaard, like,
There's another Odegaard, kid.
hang on, let me just
Sign him.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, no. Let's not go down that road. Please. Let's. Let me just find
Real
out
is
about-
good.
Oh! Real Madrid getting dirty at the end of this match.
former. I want to
Yeah.
see his personal.
What did
life.
you want to say about Odegaard? Steven.
I would have said Odegaard, but he just needs to stop going missing in certain games. For me,
He just needs to work on shooting right away. It's the only part missing from his game.
Yeah, there's that as well, Cam. But I'm sorry, Partey is and Saliba deserves a higher rating than Odegaard.
He will.
Right,
as soon as they see him start for France, his rating will go way up.
Saliba deserves a Europa League Cup, and he deserves 88.
So you have
anyway,
Dunk and Saliba.
Look, anyway.
Look at Caicedo, 78. Disgrace.
It is a disgrace.
You'll see, King. Ecuador is like a tight family. They're a unit.
No, Sait.
So is Senegal.
70.
And I'm picking Senegal, but
hang on.
Just saying Ecuador is good.
Sait, did you say Caicedo 78?
Oh, is it 70?
He's 70. He's a silver card.
Oh, that's a joke.
It's a joke.
Yeah, I don't know about silver and gold card. I don't know what it means.
It just means the level of this player.
Just because he's Ecuador.
Can I just make a 78? Sorry, it's not 70. So what am I on about? Right winger. Who are we going to put on the right wing? Saka.
Yep.
Who's Josh? Let me hear your player for Brighton. Who would you put on the right?
Pascal Gross.
It's Pascal Gross or Solly March that play out on the right hand side. Obviously, neither of them are.
Team. I think he's been influential for Brighton.
He has.
I'm not saying he's better than Saka.
Josh, that Pascal Gross, he seems to play anywhere they need, but he plays every game and he's having a fantastic season.
I would say at the minute, he's not.
So like he can play wing back, full back, anywhere in the mid.
At the minute, he's not as good. Pascal Gross is not in quality as good as Saka, but on form at the minute,
but he's having a fantastic year, Gross.
I think he matches him in form at the minute. I would put Gross there, to be honest.
Nah, I think Saka nails it. I think I would go Saka, Trossard, Jesus.
Yeah, that's what I do.
What would you say, Josh? Would you agree with that?
I would, yeah. I would have no complaints with that at all. I think Trossard should be in there. Obviously, Martinelli and Saka have been phenomenal for you all, but Trossard is the one player in the entire team really.
He can play anywhere, Trossard.
Yeah, Trossard usually has been playing on the left, and then since we started playing Mitoma the last couple of games, we've then seen him go inside and then playing up top.
Yeah, I think that's his best spot, Josh. Do you agree? Like in behind the striker?
The reason I ask is because for me, I would put Martinelli on the left, Trossard on the right, and Jesus up front. I think Martinelli's had that little bit more than Saka right now, in my humble opinion.
It's not a bad shout, but they're both amazing.
Big up, Miss Mel. I'd go Ramsdale goal, Tierney left back, Lamptey wide.
Lamptey doesn't play at all. He's bench player.
Duncan Saliba centre back.
Ghanaians.
Partey and Alistair. CDMs. Martinelli on the left. Can you mind, Moss? I don't want to get cancelled.
I didn't say anything. I just said
I'll just cancel you, mate. Don't worry. Martinelli on the left. Jesus is the cam. Trossard up front and March on the right. That's a good point. I would put Trossard on the right and put Martinelli on the left. For me.
I think he's better on the left. I feel like he's more effective there. But
yeah, I feel like I think that's better because I think Martinelli would just do that a little bit better.
Josh, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
That Mitoma, he's looked amazing the last 2-3 games. Amazing. Where was he all this time? Was he injured or?
No, he came from Japan. He was a J-League player.
You just got him this year?
We signed him a year ago, but he was not allowed to play due to visa.
Can I just get a confirmation? Like, would you want Trossard on the right, Martinelli on the left, and Jesus up front, or would you rather Saka on the right, Trossard on the left, and Jesus up front?
Trossard has never played on the right,
so we would go Saka. Martinelli's played on the right a couple of times.
But he's not good on the right.
No,
like,
but look, okay.
He
so,
might play for Brazil.
No, okay, and in that case, then we'll put Saka on the right. I just wanted to get that cleared up. So Saka on the right.
So all the time you had this microphone and you just kept it so far away.
I could never hear you before. Now I hear you good.
Yeah, but I don't want it instructing myself, like my view.
I take Trossard at Arsenal. Sorry, Josh, but I like him.
He's so flexible. So flexible.
Yeah,
he play
he
anywhere.
would improve us. Yeah, he can play anywhere.
And then Jesus up front.
Yeah.
And if you don't like Odegaard, Stephen, maybe your team would be Saka, Martinelli, and Trossard in Odegaard's spot.
Sorry, Mikel Arteta's got to be the manager right now.
De Zerbi, man, he's smoking.
Not saying De Zerbi's crap, he's been brilliant when he's come in, but obviously what Arteta's done with Arsenal is quite amazing. So here we go.
Wow, clip that.
Look at this. Make sure you save this, guys. Robert Sanchez in goal, Ben on the right, Saliba and Dunk, Zinchenko. By the way, anyone that we've missed out from Arsenal, it's not to say that they're crap. By the way, it's just trying to make a fair balanced team.
Making the best team you can with both.
Unlike Sky, who would rather just pick a whole fucking team of one team, right, as a combined 11, right? You remember, like, freaking Sherwood with his all Tottenham combined 11? Yeah, twat. This one's actually thought out and being fair to Brighton. So Ben White on the right, Saliba and Dunk, Zinchenko on the left. Then we got Caicedo and Partey in the DMs, Odegaard in the behind the striker, Saka on the right, Trossard on the left.
Good team.
Jesus up front, and Mikel Arteta as the manager. That's a very good team, to be fair. That is a good team. And look, a lot of people say it. Let's be honest.
Do you know what the annoying thing is, Steven? Yeah, I think if we went and got Caicedo and Trossard,
do you know
we are fighting for that title.
I get annoying. I make your point about Jesus isn't as strong, but I think he's more a centre forward rather than an out-and-out striker.
Yeah, like Firmino.
Because centre forward can play either as a false nine and bring people into play, and I think that's also been like Jesus' movement throughout. I'm sorry, just take this down now.
Me and King have compared that for what Firmino did for Salah and Mane is what Jesus is doing for Saka and Martinelli now.
Exactly. If you see Ronaldo, that is an exact out-and-out striker. All he can do is be a tap-in merchant now. He's not good enough, right? Same as Oba, right? But with Jesus, and he's only 25, as I think he is as well. Like with Jesus, is yes, he's not maybe an out-and-out striker, but as a centre forward, he's so much better to everyone's game because he brings Martinelli to score goals, Saka to create space and score goals, right? So
even Xhaka,
Partey, So Josh, would you say for you, stopping Jesus is probably one of the key factors in this game?
Yes, I think so, but I think probably more so than anything else, especially if you do start one of Saka or Martinelli. If you don't, and obviously it's a different story altogether. It's always tough, right? When we're playing these cup games, you never know really 100%.
Who knows?
Who's coming out there? But our fullbacks, having just come into the sport at the back again for the first time in a long time. They've only been doing this for a few weeks now. They'll be coming up against two wingers that are better than any winger they've played over the last couple of weeks, right? They have a lot to do. So it will be interesting to see whatever right back and left back we put out there, how they deal with them. And I think if your wingers if one of those plays, they're going to be the ones that will win it for Arsenal more so than Jesus, in my opinion.
Exactly.
I rate him,
but I still wouldn't play Trossard on a wing for Jesus when he scored goals. Then at the end of the day, they've both. Okay, I can hear your point, and Iron. I can hear your point, definitely. And your team wasn't a bad team either, so there's different ways you can go around it. And we'll see what happens in January. But Trossard came in, I wouldn't be disappointed. It'd be great a backup for Jesus. He'd probably push Jesus to play and do more, because Trossard, like we said, is not. I mean, Callum Wilson, Newcastle, that's another one. Him and Almiron, they're dangerous. The only teams, and this is not nothing against Brighton, by the way. Brighton are a great team and they'll be tricky to play against all the time. They've always have been for Arsenal, right? But for this season, for me, Newcastle and Man City are the two clubs that are really fair at the minute.
Yeah.
Because they are playing on such a level that we are at the minute. I mean, Newcastle, they're banging in goals for fun. And Man City, they might not be playing too well, but they're getting the results still. And they've got the players just to quickly switch it on. And they've got that goal machine at the front, that needs every time it needs an update, you just press download and reinstall.
Even Drago at top.
Even Drago, the Nord.
Look, anyway, look. As
the
much
real
as
Ivan Drago is Swedish, isn't he, or Finnish? The actor. Yeah.
Anyway, as much as I wanna continue, I'll get everyone's score predictions and then we'll end this. So, I'll start with you, Josh, right? And I'll put you full screen for it.
It's hard, because we have no idea who to start.
Your score prediction. What's gonna happen? By the way, make sure everyone has linked. I'll just quickly read out. If you haven't voted on the poll, please do. Arsenal win 80%. Arsenal via penalties 20%. No percent for Brighton at all. So, but anyway, Josh. Oh, sorry, I don't know what's happened there. He's gone. Right, in that case then, Moss, while he wait for you to come back, what's your score prediction going to be?
Yeah, like I was saying, it's... Oh, yeah, he did go away. Oh, no, he's back.
I'm back.
Go on, Moss, go for it.
Well, I was just saying, it's super hard to predict, because who knows what kind of teams. I think De Zerbi's really going to bring it to us and want to, take our scalp, and move on in the Carabao. It's huge to their fans more so maybe than us, but I don't know. I think Arteta's still going to go half strong like he does in Europa, and what I predicted was we won in penalties.
Okay, we win on penalties then. Josh, what are you going to go for?
Yeah,
Thanks for coming on again, man.
Just like you said, it's hard to know what lineup we're going to throw out there. There's a lot of players I want to see get a chance. Colwill,
Shame we can't do previews with the lineup already there, innit? So
there's a lot of players I want to see in. Your Colwills, your Van Heck, your Lampteys. Obviously he's still a fitness issue, so I want to see him play. I want to see some of these other talented youngsters get on there, the Tizos, the Sarmientos. It's tough. We have a lot of young, very talented players that are sitting on the bench that could do with getting some game time. We've got Welbeck who could get some game time again. We've got, Veltman who's back fit who needs to get some game time. I feel like we're probably going to do the same thing. I think we're probably going to run out a B+ side, so to speak. Some players are definitely first team quality, but are maybe not playing right now. But I think you'll probably, especially because it's at the Emirates, I believe. So not the Emirates. The Emirates. Yeah. I suspect you'll have too much. I think you'll probably win 2-0 or 2-1. But I don't think we'll be upset with it. I think it'll be probably a really entertaining game. A lot of attacking, and I think it'll be fun to watch. But I predict you'll probably beat us in the end. I think your B plus team is obviously a lot better than our B plus team, so I would expect that to show out. It may have to go to extra time, but I would say that you will win.
I don't think it goes to extra time. It goes straight to penalties.
Yeah, they do.
Well,
They go straight to penalties on this.
it may even require pens then.
Okay.
I can never keep up with what the different
So you're gonna
rules
say
are.
Brighton on penalties?
I'm going to say Arsenal will win 2-1 before penalties.
Okay, fine. These
go.
odds on that one. Say, what's your prediction, bro?
This is such a hard game to predict because, as the previous said, like we don't know who's gonna play for both teams. But I think it will be an entertaining 2-1 win for Arsenal. But I wouldn't be surprised if we went all the way to penalties. But let's do this, man.
Like we were saying.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to.
No worries, and make sure you subscribe to everyone's channel to put more forward.
Luke said the same, I think, as you.
Yeah.
Big
up to it.
Right, my prediction.
Yeah.
I think he'll play half a team, half the full strength. I think it's a tournament. I think Arteta's got the mindset. He's going to go for every game as possible. We're not in a position to choose what trophies we want to go for, because we need to start winning major honours.
So what date is that? Oh, sorry. Luke said the League Cup will start 2 days after World Cup final. So that's... Don't we have
only
a...
28th.
And don't we have a Boxing Day game?
No, we have a Boxing Day game before. Yeah.
That's a bunch of games right in there.
We have the 26th.
It's good to get... It's good to get the League Cup game.
We got Boxing Day at 26th, and then we've got 28th. I think it's Carabao Cup. But anyway.
Jeez.
No. The Carabao Cup is before the Premier League.
Like December 23rd or something, or what?
It is 6 or 5 days before the Premier League game.
Like
I remember.
21st.
Something like that.
Yeah, Luke seemed to know, so I was waiting to see if Luke...
The fourth round is before.
I'm going to say, either way, I'm going to say Arsenal will want to go out and win this. So I would say 2-0 Arsenal.
Oh, nice one.
For me. But yeah, like I said, it's going to be a tight game. It's not going to be easy. But yeah, I mean, like, I'll be interested. I will definitely be keeping an eye on Brighton this season, because like the way they're playing right now, they deserve to be in a European spot right now.
Them and Newcastle have been.
Do you think Moss that you'll sorry, not Moss, Josh, sorry. Do you think you'll be able to challenge for a European space next season? Even if you over Conference League, because that's what I like about the Conference League. As much as people say it's a money issue, like, which it is, but it helps give teams like you a chance to experience European football, like the Cup Winners' Cup did.
Yeah, it's tough to know, isn't it, really? Because this season is unlike any other, with this World Cup smack bang in the middle of it. As of right now, yeah, I think we can challenge for one of those spots. Absolutely. I think come May, I think we can be absolutely in that conversation. Last season we were only, 4 points behind West Ham when they made it in. And I think we've got better, weirdly enough, despite some of our best players and losing our manager. So yeah, I think we absolutely can. This World Cup, though, possible injuries, someone doing insanely well, like Moises Caicedo goes on. I don't know if you remember Renato Sanchez, like 4 or 5 years ago, when he went absolutely crazy and then got signed by Real or wherever it was, and then was just absolutely crap. That's a worry to me, is that Caicedo or someone like that could put in, or Trossard even, put in like absolute world-beating performances.
But then to be fair, Renato Sanchez now has been quality.
Oh, he has been, but I mean, in terms of the
that's
splash he
better
made,
the team. Yeah.
I'm worried that he's going to be on the world stage, and some teams that are maybe not paying too much attention to him are suddenly brought to their attention very much so how good Caicedo is. And we have like stupid money coming in January, and we lose our best player again. You know, those things that happen, injuries that can happen, all that stuff. It's so hard to tell with this messed up schedule we've got. But if you ask me today, like, yeah, I think we absolutely can be challenging for Europe.
Do you
100%.
think that's gonna be a hindrance for either Arsenal or Brighton? This supposed, because I don't agree with the World Cup being December. I know they want to try and get it to as many places as possible, but I'm sorry. This whole thing has just been because they want money and money and money. Like, it's not fair on the players, right, or the coaching staff, on the manager. So what do you make of it? Do you think like that Brighton will benefit or suffer? Because actually, to be fair, a lot of your players I don't think are going to go to the World Cup.
Yeah, no,
So
you're right. There's only going to really be about.
It could actually be a benefit to you because you lot will be refreshed by the time you come back.
You're going to have, McAllister, Caicedo, Trossard, Sanchez, Mitoma will definitely go as well. Estepinian will probably go. Our entire Ecuadorian contingent will go. But for the most part, there's a lot of players that will stay back. And, you know, your Mitomas and a couple of the others are probably going to come home early in the group stage.
And the more players stay back, the more fresh you are.
Yep. And we're also then going to get De Zerbi some time to have almost a mini preseason, right? Which helps him implement those ideas. So as long as everyone stays fit, I think it's going to benefit us personally.
Yeah.
As long as we don't have Trossard and Caicedo doing ACL each, you know, in the middle of the tournament, we should be good.
If you look at us when we're fighting Man City, they've been really clever. It's not the fact that you bought Haaland for 51 mil. They know Haaland's not going to the World Cup with Norway anytime soon. It would be a miracle if he did.
Hey.
You must support Norway.
We're gonna be European Cup champions, Odegaard and Holland.
Yeah.
Hey, Moss, I'm not having a go at you, like, you know, man. But you know what I mean.
I just cheer for Norway a lot.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult for Norway to get to a World Cup because of how much quality there is in the European game.
Yeah, it all depends on your groups,
yeah,
and they always get
in the
bad
groups
groups, it seems like.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, I mean, as much as like Haaland's an absolutely unbelievable player and Odegaard's becoming a really good player as well,
so
it's still going to be tough.
This Nations League, does that help decide like how they make
No.
Euro Cup groups and World Cup groups when Europe?
In the end, the Nations League
glorified
is like
friendlies.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's glorified friendlies.
Yeah,
But
it doesn't help decide how they make groups when they're making groups for qualifying.
No, because if we weren't like, because we already qualified for the World Cup. Like, I don't think we could have made it into the next round of the group, like in the group stages of the competition.
And now England's going to the B group.
Yeah, because they knew they're always going to go to the World Cup. England, they couldn't go this season all the way to the end of the Nations League. Like,
they could, but they didn't win enough games. So you got this.
But even then, like, it was always going to be a struggle for us because of the fact we're tied up with the Euro World Cup. So yeah, it's just a way of making even more.
It's weird, that Nations League all around the world. I think it's weird.
I mean, I didn't mind the Euros being around the world or being in different places. That was cool. But especially the fact that Wembley was at the final was at Wembley as well. But there you go. We'll leave that there. But yeah. Like I said, I've given everyone a chance also to come on. Like, yeah, yeah. So I don't know what that is.
No, and he can't leave Norway for
You
England.
can't. You can't. He's
You
played too
can
many
now. Yeah.
caps for Norway. He's not allowed to
Anyway,
change.
right. If Norway don't qualify for major tournaments
Right.
anytime soon, I will go to England as you. Yeah, that's actually.
You
Anyway,
can't.
I think
Tomori,
no,
come
he,
back to Canada.
no, and Ivan, he's already played for Norway, so he can't. Anyway, we're gonna leave it there. So, right, I'm gonna shout out everyone's socials one at a time. Moss, where they find you, bro? Thanks for coming on for the first time. It's been a pleasure.
No problem, Stephen. We've chatted. We've been on shows together, and always good Gooner talk. Just glad you brought on a Brighton guy. That's really cool. King, as always, with his good takes, good knowledge. I'm on Instagram, CKMoss16, and my YouTube is FootMoss Sports Talk right there. Thanks, Stephen.
Oh, no worries.
And I said that Mikel
Hey, well, Luca, turn that off, and I don't want to hear that twat. I don't want to hear him.
Sorry, man. What was an accent?
Like, I don't know why
almost
you're
do
paying
that always
attention
too,
to that
because
guy.
I was listening to you and then
Yeah.
hit the StreamYard.
Right, I don't know why you're listening to that prick. Right, but there you go.
No, I was listening to your show.
No, but there you
Luca
go.
was listening to someone we don't want to mention on this channel.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he will never be named on this channel. He doesn't deserve
Okay, I don't know your time.
yeah. Just leave
He
it at
assaulted
that.
a woman and he supports Arsenal.
Yeah, he beat
That's
up
one
his
of
ex.
you
Hey,
find out.
if you really wanted to, he beat up his ex, right? Threatened to do all sorts, and got sent to jail.
Oh,
for
I
it.
know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Terrible,
He was on AFTV once upon a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so fuck him.
He's out of jail?
Yeah, for good behaviour.
Jeez.
Because in
But
England, you
he'll
don't
get
get
back.
because in
He'll get back.
England, if you have good behaviour, you can get out instead of 3 years, you can get out in 14 months. But there you go. Anyway,
Yeah, we're a lot
look,
like you guys.
Luca, just quickly give your thoughts about the game because I know you come very late. So give
Brighton,
your
Arsenal,
thoughts on
Carabao.
that. Yeah, Carabao Cup.
I do need to drop here, fellas. I do need to jump off. So,
Alright, so hang on.
You want
I'll
to
just
shout
let,
the channel?
yeah, I'll just Josh before Luca goes. Josh, please, thanks for coming on, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big up
And
to you, Josh.
thank you for having me. I run a podcast with two other fellas called Together BHA. We've been going for a fair while now, a couple of years. We just cover all things Brighton. So if you fancy listening to what we have to say post Arsenal next weekend, this weekend coming up, feel free to hop on. We stream live as well, same as you guys. And yeah, thanks for having me on, and good luck with the rest of the season. I hope you keep that title race competitive because it just makes things fun, doesn't it? And it would be nice to see a different team win it. So fingers crossed you go all the way.
I got to get in touch as well. I better get on your channel at some time as well.
Yep,
I'll
that'd be
make sure
great.
that happens. Right, thank you very much.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.
Thanks, Josh.
Yeah, big up, Josh.
I heard there's a rivalry, them and Palace, and I'm kind of off Palace now, so maybe I'll
Oh,
check
yeah, I'm
out-
gonna
maybe
ask
I'll
you this.
maybe I'll check out that Brighton a little bit more.
Yeah, it's called the M23 Derby.
Together
Anyway.
BHA, together BHA, right?
Luca, your thoughts quickly.
Thoughts on the game, Carabao Cup action. Look, I think Arteta is going to make. Well, I would go with a strong team. There's no excuses because at the end of the day, we've got a World Cup, right? Like coming up round the corner. There's no Premier League for about a month, so I think we should play a strong team because we've only got 2 games left until we don't play till Boxing Day.
That's
So I-
granted, but you were moaning the other day that Partey was injured, and you were worried about playing him because you get injured.
But Stephen, we had Chelsea coming up. We had all these sort of teams coming up. That's the thing. So that's why we didn't want to get these players injured. That's why Mikel Arteta done the right thing, right? Yes, he put Partey on in the previous game before Chelsea in midweek, but he didn't play a lot of the minutes. So therefore, that's why Partey was on it against Chelsea yesterday. So
it's not just that.
Yeah, but you can say, like, even if he had played 90 minutes, he probably could still have a good performance against Chelsea anyway. But for me,
he would, because we dominated that game. Without
yeah,
that's without parking the bus.
After I said that on my channel yesterday,
and Lou, they're like two old married couples. Like, I love when you
have to go back.
Hang on a minute. I'm the sensible one. He's the deluded one.
You have to go back right at the beginning when we first met on Steven's channel. Like literally, there's like so many bickers and arguments on it.
I know.
But no, I'll go.
A clip channel.
Have you guys heard it? Is Turner good to go? Is he been training or what?
Yeah, he's good. He was on the bench against Chelsea. So he's all right.
Steven's gonna play that clip.
No, I mean,
I think I got my team. What we should play Brighton now. I'll have to send it to Bobby.
Oh yeah, I need to give him my teams, don't I? Yeah. Team I'll go for is Matt Turner back. Or he's still in.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Sounds like he's good to go.
Right, Matt Turner in goal. I'll go for.
You said was shit.
Safe hands. Safe hands.
Go on.
Right back.
Ben White. He's got to play Brighton. He's got to play Brighton. Yeah.
Against Brighton. Centre half. Gabriel Holding.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Left back.
Yeah, he needs a game. He needs
you
a
said
game.
it was okay. Not great.
He probably played team anyway. But midfield.
You said wasn't good enough.
Who? I rated Zinchenko.
No,
he needs another game. I'd start him.
I rated Tierney when we first signed.
No, I meant
Tierney versus the Wolves.
I meant this season.
What did I say this season about Tierney?
You said like
you already forgot.
we need to like we need to consider our options because he's in 2 injury prone.
Yeah, I said that.
Well, he's playing every game now.
Which is good. He didn't play yesterday, but he came on.
He's been on blue.
Well, he didn't say that he starts every game. He just say he plays every game. So.
Left back, I'll go with Zinchenko. Midfield's quite an interesting one. Like, you could start Thomas Partey in this game.
But you were worried about him getting injured against Pitt as Europe.
We've got 2 games, and then we've got the World Cup.
Yeah, but you were worried about their match fitness. This is the thing. You were worried about their match fitness. Now you want to play him in the Carabao Cup.
Games before the World Cup back then, didn't we? I only mentioned it quite recently.
Yeah, but you were moaning about it in the last match.
Yeah, let's move on, Stephen. I know he's gonna be here forever.
Okay, go on then.
Not like Samuel's channel yesterday. We were on it for 4 hours.
No, just go on. Go on.
Partey, El Neni.
You said was shit.
Never said El Neni was shit.
I went El Neni, Xhaka, Vieira.
El Neni, Partey, Vieira.
Vieira, who said it wasn't going to be good enough.
Well, you're looking at me right now. So
we said it wasn't going to be good enough, we signed it.
Yeah, but you're saying I'm not good enough.
I'm gonna leave this stream and let you.
You're saying I'm not good enough to speak now.
No, I'm just saying that you said it was shit.
El Neni, Partey, Vieira.
Oh no! What about Sambi? I forgot. He probably needs game.
Yeah, he needs game time.
King's boy, Sambi.
Big up to Morehouse TV.
Nketiah up front.
Maybe I'd rest Jack.
Big up, bro.
I don't know what to say, man. It's hard, man. Nketiah, Martinelli, Reece Nelson.
Yeah, that's what I did.
He said was useless.
But no, yeah, I did say Reece Nelson was useless.
He took away an Odegaard shot last game.
He buried Forest.
Yeah, that was awesome.
You were going off on one during that game when he came on.
Yeah, I was desperate to batter Forest. Just to shut Nottingham Forest fans up.
After they
You
took us out
worried
of
about
FA
what
Cup.
Nottingham? You worry about what Nottingham Forest fans are saying? Are you seriously?
Can we move on? Some of us have other things they need to do.
I know. Like,
You can
look,
continue in the
I'm
background
winding
if you
him up.
want.
I'm just winding him up. It's so funny. It's so easy. But look. In the end, like my team would be Matt Turner in goal.
Yeah.
I'd put Tommy on the right, if not Cedric. Yeah. I would put.
Tommy has his injuries, so I don't think he starts.
I think Gabriel and Holding would go there as well.
Yeah,
I
me
think
too.
he would put them in there. Tierney, he would have some more that iron blue, so he would be on there. Hey, we have Scotland. We have a right ski over iron blue. Right?
Isn't that an Australian cream or something?
That's Scottish.
Iron brew, is that what you're saying?
Iron brew.
Yeah.
Iron brew, my friend.
Here's all hangover.
Luca, you're half Italian, so let's not try and do the Scottish accent, please.
Hey, Luca.
Hey,
I'm from Italy.
Luca, he needs an iron brew.
Are you eating pizza?
Eat that too many
There's
pizzas
that awesome
like
Scottish
Ranieri.
Italian, that singer, Paolo Nutini.
Anyway, say to me, "Oh, Italy not in the World Cup."
Oh, by the way, Luca. Oh yeah.
Yeah, who you support? Yeah, who you support?
When England and Italy play each other, who do you support?
Everyone thinks I support Italy, mate.
There you go, England.
Good stuff. Good.
Do you say you support? Hang on. Do you support Italy or England in the final? Who did you support? Honest to God.
It was tough.
Go on, answer it.
Probably Italy, something like that.
Oh, you did?
Dickhead.
Good.
I can respect that, though.
No, but
Stephen's reaction.
Who you gonna support in this World Cup? Because obviously your team in, isn't it? Oh wow.
Who did he say? Sorry.
Where's he gone?
So he's gone. He's had enough.
He's got to make some food.
He's had enough. Anyway, look. I'll talk to him later. Just he knows I'm having a laugh. But anyway.
Stephen, play that song. Play that thing.
What? What song?
Show to Moss.
About what?
You know what I'm on about.
Arsenal song?
No. He nearly turned into a Man United fan once.
Play it.
He was about 14 years old, and because Man United were winning and we weren't, he was going to turn into a Man United fan.
Who, Luca?
Yep, he admitted it on camera. And actually, Luca, do me a favour. Go back through my content and find it. I think it was about
it was Arsenal v Norwich. It's on your clip.
No, it's not Arsenal Norwich. It was way past that.
No,
it isn't.
I sang Viva Ronaldo in the Arsenal.
No, Luca. I'm talking about the one where you admitted that you were nearly a top Man United fan.
I'm gonna find
that was a match preview. I think it was a Arsenal gossip column for like Leicester or something.
Yeah, Chris came on. Yeah.
No, I don't think it was. I think it was just before that stream.
Henri.
So,
Henri changed his mind as a kid, or what?
So try and find it for me, because that would be cool.
I'll have a look now.
But anyway, like.
So what was your team, Stephen? You didn't finish your team.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Have a look afterwards. But anyway, I would go for. Oh, what would I go for next?
You had Turner.
I know who I had. I would have gone Xhaka and
who's a DM? Nani or
Lokonga.
Sambi or Party?
No, I'll give Lokonga a go.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Do you know why? Because when I remember watching the Carling Cup with under Wenger, he'd always give the youngsters a chance to have their go.
Yeah.
And the reason we didn't make finals in the Carabao Cup and he only took seriously right at the end is because he only took it seriously right at the end because we weren't winning anything. But beforehand, all the way through it, he used to just play kids and kids and kids.
So what do you have? Sambi, Xhaka, Vieira?
I'll put Sambi and I'll give him some minutes. I would put Marquinhos on the right.
Instead
let
of
me have a look
Nelson.
at let me have a look at the first team, Arsenal first team that we got. Actually, you know that guy that we put on because he wanted to break the record.
Nathan and Warrior and Worry.
If that's not a publicity stunt, then he should be playing in this game.
Man, he's on the England under-17s. He's killed it
But
there.
what I'm saying is, if everyone's saying it's not a if it's not a stunt,
bring him on in this game too.
If people are saying to me,
and that Matty Smith, he deserves a.
I know, but what I'm
coming
saying
on too.
But what I'm saying is that if Arsenal have said this has got nothing to do with playing with trying to break the record, then prove it by putting him on the pitch for this game.
Or towards the end, anyway. Yeah.
I would either play Matt Turner or Carl Heen in goal.
Turner, yeah.
Right. Ben White on Ben White. I would drop. I would put Tomiyasu or Cedric. Obviously, like I said, Rob Holding and Gabriel. Tierney on the left. I would also put DMs. It would be Sambi Lakonga and Xhaka, because we need the leadership role in the midfield. On the right, I would put. Here's the thing,
who's an Odegaard spot?
Here's the thing. No, the thing is Saka's so young and Martinelli are so young. You could still count them as youngsters and put them in there.
Oh yeah, they're always ready to go.
Let me have a look at the youth squad. Let me have a look at the youth academy. Midfielders, we got
Matty Smith's the guy that's been on the bench a few times.
Matty Smith in midfield. We could put him as on the bench for a midfield game.
Yeah, and bring him in late. Yeah.
Yeah, if we're up about 2-0 or something.
I agree.
Matty Smith, is he a striker?
No, he plays an Odegaard spot, but he's right-footed.
He's a midfielder, mate.
Oh.
Come on, man.
He's a real good midfield. Anywhere in midfield, really.
But look, I would put also. I think Odegaard would have to go in the middle because there's no one else. No.
Or Vieira.
No, I put Vieira in the middle. Yeah. Actually, on that forward.
He needs to go again.
I would put Martinelli on the left, I believe.
Me and Luca had Nelson, but you're saying Marquinhos.
No, I would put actually either Jesus or Martinelli on the left and Keto up front.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Means we're going to need to create about
20
shots.
You said Marquinhos.
I would put Marquinhos Marquinhos on the right. Tierney or what am I saying? On the right, Marquinhos, and on the left wing, it'd be Martinelli or Jesus, one of the two.
Yeah.
That's my team.
Me and Luca just had Nelson. That was the difference.
There you go. So there we go. Yeah. By the way, Luca, what was your prediction for the Man United game?
Man United
like what?
Man United
versus us or versus
no,
loss they took?
No, last weekend.
2-1 Man United.
Villa.
I got it spot on.
Emery.
Villa.
Emery always wins with teams with Villa.
I said 3-1 Villa. I said 3-1 Villa.
Really? You called
I also said.
You
said
1-0. I said 1-0 Man U.
Hang on. This weekend's results, I also said. Right, West. Oh, who do you think would beat? What was your prediction for West Ham Palace?
I had 1-1 and it ended at 2-1 in extra time.
Yeah, well, Luca, what would you?
Have you not got it saved?
No, Luca, what did you predict for the Crystal Palace West Ham game?
I think I predicted 1-0 West Ham. I know I predicted the West Ham win, but I think it was 1-0 West Ham.
I got it spot on, 2-1.
You got that one spot on too?
How the hell did you manage to get that right? 2-1 Man United. 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 2-1
Because I know Crystal Palace.
Right at the end. And man, they could have lost because
my
Gahey was going to get
my
that
mom's
penalty.
fiance is a Palace fan. That's how I know.
What did you guys think? Didn't Gahey deserve a penalty? He grabbed the shorts.
Who?
And then the ref called it a pen, and then VAR eventually took it away.
I don't know what's a penalty or what it is. Because apparently Jesus' foul in Southampton isn't a penalty yet. Fucking De Bruyne's
that little
dive is a
Cedric
penalty.
nudge was a penalty last year.
But that fucking tackle on De Bruyne, which was fucking nothing, is a penalty. You can see by the way he was acting.
Or the Xhaka one on Silva where he dove.
I'm sorry, you could tell by the way, even in slow motion is even worse. Because you can tell.
City gets all the calls, man. City gets all the calls.
Moss, you can tell by a mile he's making it out like he's been shot.
Yeah. He even spun a little bit. Like the guy barely nicked his ankle.
Waited a sec, felt the contact, had the time to think, and then go, oh.
And he spun even.
You know what I mean? Fuck me. And
I can't stand that.
Stupid.
In the year before, Bernardo Silva did it to us. Like Xhaka grabbed him, but he dove like he was.
But Moss, we had the same thing, but actually Saka was caught against Southampton. Right, unlike De Bruyne, he was actually caught properly, not hardly any contact, proper contact, and he got booked for diving.
Yeah, that was a joke. Saka gets no calls, man.
What do you want to do? Give Man City
Kane gets every call. City gets every call. Saka gets nothing.
I don't usually believe in superstition, right? I don't believe in conspiracies.
But it keeps happening.
No, Moss, I don't usually believe in conspiracies at all. I just say if we ain't good enough to beat the ref, then we ain't good enough. Like, I think it's always been a weak excuse.
But it just seems like City always.
No, but in that game, it was wrong. It was so wrong. And I'm sorry, like, that referee should never be allowed to referee.
But yeah, on the other hand, I was like, that was a joke offside on Haaland. Should have been a goal. But then I was like, don't give him the penalty. I didn't think it's a penalty. I'm with you.
But anyway, like, we're gonna end it there. What's your score prediction, Luca, for this game?
2-1 Arsenal.
Yeah, everyone's been doing that. 2-1, but in regular time or penalties? Regular time.
We'll score regular time, but we'll concede anyway. So.
No.
I said penalties.
2-0.
And Steven's confident.
Mate, I put Saliba in my FPL as captain. Look what happened.
Yeah, I remember you called that. And he got shafted. I'm yelling at King yesterday, Steven. Did you not see Saka's corner? Saliba dives down. He gets a little piece of it. That's why it went by all those players right to Gabriel for the tap-in. Like, Saliba should get an assist. That was robbery, FPL. Saka's getting the assist, not Saliba. And I have Saliba too, like you.
But anyway, we're going to wrap it up there. Moss, again, where can I find you?
CK Moss 16 Instagram, and right below there,
Send me a message.
Yeah, no, we're on Instagram together, and then my YouTube is Footmoss Sports Talk.
But if you send me a
lots
message,
of sports,
if you send me a message,
North American sports,
in my messages.
Yeah.
So then I can.
I did right during the show.
Alright, sure, cool. I'll check that out and make sure to respond.
Thanks, Steven. Big ups to Luca too. I think Luca's on my Instagram as well. CK Moss 16.
CK Moss 16 is it on Insta? Because I haven't seen any messages yet.
Yep.
So what I'll do is I'll quickly add you.
It says SFeatleyTV.
Oh no, it's for this one on Instagram. It's SFeatley. Because my YouTube Instagram for the channel got hacked.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So I closed that.
There's another one,
and I just use SFeatley.
Does it say Steven Richard Featley?
No. So for my Instagram handle is the same as my Twitter personal, which is @SFeatley. If you type in @SFeatley in Instagram or Twitter, you'll find my personal one. Then if you find, I found you already, mate.
Well, yeah, no,
I followed you back.
I had
And
your
then,
SFeatleyTV.
and then what also I do, on Twitter, I'm on at SFeatleyTV on my channel Twitter, and then I've got SFeatley as my personal one, but the personal one's the best one to get me on. Especially, so if anyone guys wants to tune into your predictions on it, make sure you do. Send us a link. But Luca, where can they find you?
Yeah, subscribe to my channel, Luca AST. We do Arsenal content and daily of vlogs as well. I want to say thank you very much to Stephen for inviting me on the channel. A regular on the channel, of course. So go and subscribe to SVT TV and also subscribe to my channel. We are 14 away from 2.5K, so we can get that by the end of the week. That'd be nice.
Sweet, Luca.
14. Great. And if
Open
anyone...
the pack, Steven.
Oh, mate.
Oh, no. Look what I got. First one.
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane. Send it to me.
What's that? Sticker
Moss. It's Panini. It's these. It's Panini stickers.
I remember collecting them. 2006 World Cup. Yeah.
I've got.
Sanchez, we were just talking about, Brighton.
I used to buy a 2006 World Cup once, and they cost like 35p back in the day, man. You know what I mean? And to buy like
Who have you got as well?
He just got named to Brazil center back.
Yeah. Oh, Militao. Hang on, I don't think I have him. Let me have a look.
I noticed if you go to FIFA.com now, you can build your fantasy team for World Cup.
How much is it to buy a whole pack?
And they also have a Panini.
What, the whole set?
Yeah.
All the
cards.
My sister has pretty much
all the stickers. Can you ask if she's got any doubles? I'll send you what.
You're looking for Benzema, aren't you?
No, Moss. What I'll do is I'll send you. I'm also going to send it to BX Gunner as well. I'll send you the link. Literally the list of ones that I'm missing.
Yeah, she's.
I'm getting. If I'm looking on eBay, I'm getting. I believe. I'm getting Switzerland. Let me have a look at eBay.
I noticed though on the World Cup FIFA site,
let me just end this.
There's a tab by the fantasy where you can click. Steven, you can click Panini.
We'll do this at the end.
And you log on. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the share button. Do join the membership, please do join the membership. Despite no matter what I'm going through, you can help stop kids suffering the same fate as I have, right? By donating whatever you can to Children's Disease Foundation, even if it's only 50p in your pocket, right? All of it will help save a kid's life. I promise you it will, right? And if you haven't become a member, right, please do. You'll be part of extra content, extra videos. So please, if you can afford it, spare $4.99. Right, do what some people have done already, such as Luke already is a member.
Luke's an awesome dude, yeah.
Like, please, even if it's, $1.99 is better than nothing. Like, come on, it means the world.
What do these gold ones mean, Steven?
I'll tell you in a minute. But anyway, make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe, and we'll see you soon.